You are listening to Studio MacGyver's Dragon Ball and Video Game Podcast.
What is going down? What the fuck is going down? It is your boy, Studio McGyver, and you are listening to Studio McGyver's Dragon Ball and Video Game Podcast. Welcome to the show. New listeners, if you're new to the podcast, welcome to the family. If you're into anime, if you're into video games, then you've come to the right place. We talk about all that shit here. Today's episode, guys, I'm just going to break down the first quarter of 2020 in video games, guys. We got a lot of dope shit on the horizon, man. Actually more games than I actually thought. And I'm going to tackle some of these, man. Of course, there are a couple of those heavy hitters, in the midst. And I think we all, know those. But just in case you don't, I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to get into it, man. There's a lot of games coming out between now and the end of April, and we're definitely going to get into that. I would like to talk about, May, but technically it's considered, second quarter then. So I'll leave that for another show. But, I'm going to run down some of the games that I'm wanting to play. There's a lot of games here, man. And if I was to buy every single game, I'd be fucking broke. I'd be bankrupt. But there are some that I have basically cherry picked out of this list, and can't wait to talk about that. Also, I pretty much had a little time to watch some new anime. A friend of mine recommended one to me, and talk a little bit about that, what I saw. And then, Toonami has got some shit going on, man. Amazes me that Toonami's still here. Toonami is still out here in these anime streets, man, getting shit done. Their lineup is pretty dope. I mean, they got some of the hottest anime out, in this lineup. And most of the shit takes place, late night, starting, I want to say 10 and goes into 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. But yeah, man. I mean, Toonami, when I think of Toonami, I think of a lot of good childhood memories, the Big O. There were just so many anime that I used to watch off of that. And, it was a beautiful time. And it's good to see, that they're still kicking like karate out here in these anime streets, man. Yeah. And I don't even know how I came about that information. I think I was on YouTube, and then I seen like a lineup for 2020, and they started just spewing out, different anime, which I thought was dope. But there are pluses and minuses to that, and I've talked about it before in the past. When you're talking about anime and you're talking about, rights to certain properties and how all of that shit comes to fruition, how all that shit works out. Because when you have one thing that seems good on one side, it's always something that's kind of bad, or you got kind of like a negative on the other side of that. And especially when you're talking about, dubs of certain anime, it kills me because their anime, when it's finished and complete, the dub is done as well. But the funny thing is, we don't get the complete version because, like I said, there's politics involved in all of this. Let me give you a perfect example. And I didn't even know this. A friend of mine put me on. He was like, did you know that Fire Force, which is one of my favorite anime of 2019, did you know that Fire Force is on Hulu now? I said, nah. So I, pulled up my phone and it was there. I was like, oh shit. So, the whole time I watched Fire Force, I pretty much watched it all on YouTube. And the first few episodes, were excellent. But then, of course, for copyright reasons and all of that, the people who upload these videos, they have to do it a certain way. You got that small screen on the corner, and it, the quality is terrible and all of that. So you have to kind of soldier through that shit, just to get the show done, which I did, because if you love the anime, you'll find a way to watch it. I don't give a fuck how you do it, but in the same breath, I would like to have seen it in full screen with no disturbances, no ads, none of that shit. And Hulu had it. But before I got too excited, I said, wait a minute, let me check the episodes, because there's 24 episodes for this anime. And for whatever reason, I do not understand this. They only have 12 episodes available right now. So 12 episodes available right now on Hulu. They don't have all 24. So I don't know if they're splitting it, and maybe we get the other 12, in the next half of the year. I don't fucking know. I don't know what's going on. I know Hulu has a deal right now, which they're going to be getting up to 200 new anime trickling in over the course of, said time. I don't know the exact time, but they definitely have a lot of dubs, a lot of simulcast stuff coming, which is a cool thing, because I'm tired of trying to consume anime on like 4 to 5 different outlets. You know what I mean? You can never find one to get all the episodes. You can never get all the Naruto episodes. You can never get all these, these anime episodes in one format. So, if you want to watch a dubbed anime, for instance, Fairy Gone, you can only get, half of those episodes in dubbed, even though the whole series is already done. The dub is finished for the whole thing. They're only giving us half of it dubbed, and they'll give us the other half, subbed. And if you want to watch it dubbed, all of it, or the second part, you'd have to go to another outlet. You might have to go to Crunchyroll, or you might have to go to Funimation Now, or wherever else the fuck, VRV. I mean, all these other places to get it. And it sucks, because they put the consumer in a place to where, you feel you have to subscribe to all of these different, apps, just to get your fix. And it sucks. There is such a thing as oversaturation with these companies, and everybody fighting for certain properties and licensing, stuff. And in the end, we kind of suffer for that. So I don't really, blame the consumer for going out and saying, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to pirate this shit. I'm going to go and download this shit or get it however I can, because I'm not putting up with this. If there's a dub out there that exists and somebody can find it, show me where you got it from. You know what I mean? Because I'm not going to play lollipop games with these companies, playing with consumers' time and money like that. It's getting a little bit ridiculous. It really is. And that's just my 2 cents on it, but I don't even know how I got on that tangent. But yeah, man, I mean, that's kind of like where we're at. Yeah, I honestly don't even know how I ended up on that. Seriously, guys. But anyway, back to the, subject at hand. Let's get back into some of these games, man. Not going to be a big podcast today. It's just a lot going on. I've been really busy, man. I mean, extremely busy with the YouTube thing and trying to upload and get all these videos in order. I got so much stuff on the way. So many different things coming. Like, let me give you guys a little taste. I got something called Friday Night Fights, which, they're going to be every Friday at 7:00, and it's going to be just me playing against other people, online, fighting games. I'll be playing a lot of Street Fighter. I'll be definitely playing some Dragon Ball fighters, and I'll also be playing some Soul Calibur 6. So those are the 3 main ones right there. A lot of those videos will be coming, in the next couple of months or so. So be looking out for that. And also, some other things going on. But yeah, I've been just trying to get that stuff in order, man. I told you guys 2020 is going to be a brand new year for your boy. And I'm like pushing the agenda forward. You know what I mean? Just trying to push the brand, and expand it past the podcast. You know what I mean? Because a lot of you guys have been wanting to know, like, what do you do when you're not podcasting? Like, what do you do? If you follow me on Instagram, you probably get an idea of what I'm about, because I am about that life, that nerd culture life. I love my anime and I love my games. I love my I love my toys. I love my collecting. I love those type of things, that world. So you got a taste of that. You get a taste of that if you follow me on Instagram. But a lot of you guys want to know what else, do I do? Like, can we get some visuals of what's going on, and that's what the YouTube channel is for now. So like I said, I have a lot of content in the works, and you guys will be seeing it. Some of it's, more personable, so that you get to see what I'm in the camera and all of that. Even though I'm more of a behind the scenes kind of guy, but there are videos like that coming out, and I'll be doing that for you guys because it's been requested. And like I said, a lot of gameplay, a lot of stuff I'm playing. I mean, you might see me playing some fucking Nintendo 64 shit, one fucking video, but then the next week, I might be playing some, Dragon Ball Kakarot, and by the way, speaking of Dragon Ball Kakarot, it's going to be checking out for that, because I'm going to have a shitload of that content on the way. I've been waiting for this game for a while. It's the first, RPG Dragon Ball game in years since I've, had a chance to really, really play a Dragon Ball RPG game since Attack of the Saiyans. For me, I know there's other games out there that a lot of people love in the Dragon Ball universe as far as RPGs are concerned, but my favorite RPG up to this point has been Attack of the Saiyans. That's just my shit. The Nintendo DS. Yes, I love that game. But this is, the next chapter, the next game, the next one that I really want to experience. And it looks like, man, these guys put a lot of shit and time into this game. And I can't wait to find out, all of the little secrets and all of the things, that they're holding back from us on this game. A lot of people are kind of split on this because, they feel that they've seen everything there is to offer, that Dragon Ball has to offer, because they know the story inside and out. And, that's understandable. But as a Dragon Ball fan, it's very hard, almost impossible for me to turn down a Dragon Ball licensed product like a new Dragon Ball game. You know what I mean? I just can't, because I'm just a fan of the series and I have to support the series. And if it's something, remotely different, then I'm going to give that shit a shot. And this is kind of like a semi-open world game, and you get to just go out and explore, and you get to, get into all kinds of shit out here in this Dragon Ball world, man. And I've been really, really fiending for something like this for quite some time. And I can't wait to see how everything works and how everything is. My boy Tien is in the game. He's not playable like some of these other characters, but I'm anxious, man. I'm anxious to see what can be done in this game. How can you kind of customize it to your own, play style? You know what I mean? So if me and somebody else started playing this at the same time, how would our stories differ? How would our lineup or the way that we played this game, the moves that we had, the play style, how would those things differ? The way that they got the game set up, they're making us believe that is possible. And that's what I'm most excited about this game. And then, like I said, there's a lot of secrets and a lot of extra characters and things that took place that we never got to see, whether you read the manga or whether you watched the anime, that is going to be in this game. So I'm highly anticipating this. It's literally a week away, less than a week away. So the next week's podcast, guys, I'll be giving you a little taste of it. I would only have it for a couple of days, but I will definitely have enough, I think, information to give you guys, because I think that's going to be the majority of my time. If I'm not asleep, it'll be definitely playing all this Dragon Ball shit. So I'll be able to give you guys my first take on it. And I can't wait to do that and sit down with you guys and talk about that as well. So that's really the first thing in the future on the radar. You're going to get a heavy dose of that on the YouTube channel. And then there's, like I said, a lot of fighting games, because that's my second favorite genre. And you're going to, see that. Something else I didn't know. And this is, referring to Street Fighter, that, I was, for some reason I thought that, Street Fighter Champion Edition was, slated for February 14th. Technically it is, physical form when you're talking about if you want to get it, the game, the disc. and one character, and I can't remember that character's name. I think it's a female character, but upon further investigation, and I looked into it a little bit more, I found that you can actually buy the game, the Champion Edition, like basically now, if you already have the game downloaded, which I do. And I think it's like $24 or something like that. And you get, excuse me, you get all those characters, all 40 characters. And then on the 14th, I guess you get access to the other character that will be debuting. And then you get all these outfits, I think over 200 outfits. So I'm wondering what outfits there's there. And I just realized there's so many fucking outfits, man, in Street Fighter. I recently started playing again, just trying to get my skills back and my muscle memory back on it. And I went through arcade mode, and man, I went up against Balrog, which is one of my favorites, one of my mains. I have 3 mains in the game: Balrog, Sakura, and Ken. And man, he has a outfit, I think it's called Like Mike. Google that shit, man. I'm you know what? I'm going to post that on my Instagram and you guys check it out. But I thought, his nostalgia outfit was the best outfit, man, until I saw this one. And I was like, yo, I want this outfit so bad. They know what they're doing. Capcom knows what the fuck they're doing, man. They really do. They are, I just have mixed emotions when it comes to Capcom because, like they're so good, but at the same time, they're so sleazy, man, at times, depending on what game you're talking about. I mean, when you talk about, when you talk about like the Resident Evil stuff and even some of my favorite RPG, one of my favorite RPGs ever is Capcom did it. You know what I mean? Dragon's Dogma. Love that fucking game. I have the definitive edition version of that game. Love that fucking game to death, man. When you come to games like that, stuff that's not really, they're not able to monetize, they got a lot of fucking good games under their umbrella, but then when you talk about Street Fighter, it's just like they milk that shit to the fucking bone. There's gotta be, I don't know if I'll be that line of saying there's gotta be at least 500 outfits, somewhere between 400 and 500 outfits, man. Like if you add all the outfits and shit up, it's gotta be, because I'm looking at all these outfit packs. I mean, certain characters have their own fucking outfit packs. Literally, like Ken, I saw that shit on the PlayStation Store and some other characters. So, I mean, it's ridiculous. So I was looking for Sakura's, nostalgic outfit, her main outfit that everybody knows her for, which is her little dress and her school outfit or whatever. That's my favorite, favorite vibe with her. And I wanted to get that. And then I looked at it, it was like $4, $3.99. And that's just one. So imagine, if you wanted to have them all, some of them are $20, some of them are $10 for the pack, for the outfit packs or whatever. So, man, it's just ridiculous. Main thing I really want though is the stages. So I definitely am going to make that purchase, man. It's worth it to make that purchase. Street Fighter is one of my favorite video game franchises. I've just been really frustrated with it because as of late, because of all these cash grabs and shit. And then they announced, the Street Fighter Champion Edition, which kind of, I always said this and I'll continue to say it. I think this is what they should have put out, and everybody would have gladly paid that $60 for this. You get all the characters, you get the stages. I mean, why would, there's some characters that I paid for, like Balrog, and Sakura when they came out. But, this is what tells me, or what, this is how I know, Capcom sometimes pulls out that fucking warm butter, and why I think they're sleazy at times, because you would think that if you spent that money, that $4 on that character or $5 on that character, whatever they charged, you would think that you would get their stage along with that character, but you don't. That's sold separately. So even though I have Sakura, even though I have Balrog, their stages I still don't have, because I'd have to buy them. You see where I'm coming from now? Like, it makes no fucking sense. So, they're just reaching, man. They're just reaching. And I was highly upset. Still am kind of a little bit when I think about it. But this Champion Edition will make everything all better because you get at least, 40 characters. Of course, there's going to be more characters, I think, in the future, but it's going to be, it's going to be a while. So, I mean, and then you get most of the original characters, which is cool. And that's all one could really ask for. the original characters. And then, you get some outfits in there too as well. So you can kind of just switch it up, and that gives you a lot to play with. You know what I mean? I've seen some dope outfits. I'm not going to lie to you. For some of my favorite characters, and then some that are just excellent outfits, period. You know what I mean? Guile has some dope ones. There's a lot of dope ones, man. I don't know what else to say about it, but, so yeah, I'll be making that purchase, and I'll be definitely, going out there in them Street Fighter streets and, trying to see, what I can do, you know what I mean? And I haven't played in so long, and I'm looking forward to it again. And then I just picked up, Soul Calibur 6, and, had it for the Xbox, but then traded it for the PS4 so I can commentate and give you guys, better content. And then, of course, Dragon Ball Fighters, man. Season 3 has been confirmed. We are going to be getting a season 3. There's a lot of speculation, to what characters are going to be added. Hopefully we get Roshi. I mean, that's really the only motherfucker that I really want to see still, that I feel they have to put in this game. And, this is wishful thinking, but, maybe we get some Dragon Ball characters. Maybe we get like a Mercenary Tao Pai Pai. You get, King Piccolo, characters like that in this game. That's far fetched right there. But, I think Master Roshi should make an appearance in this game. It'd be wild to see, Yajirobe, somebody like that in the game. It'd definitely be sick if that was the case. But, Kefla would probably make an appearance. I'm hearing her name a lot right now. And we'll see what happens. But yeah, those are the 3 main fighting games that you guys are going to see me playing. And on Dragon Ball, I decided to pick a squad that, I need to stick to, you know what I mean? And get the synergy down, because, I had like 4 or 5 different teams, and I kept, swapping them out. And I'm like, no, fuck that. I want to be a little bit more serious with this. And I'm going to be playing a lot of online matches and stuff like that. So I need to fucking pick 3 people and make it work. And I've got the people in mind. I already know who it is. I have one alternate team, and I'm just going to get good with them. And Jiren is that alternate guy. But my main squad, my main 3 is going to be, Super Saiyan Vegeta, Super Saiyan Goku, and Ten Shinhan. Those 3, they work really well together. I think their fighting styles kind of complement each other, and I see myself doing some great things with these 3 characters. And yeah, man, I mean, that's going to be the squad. So you'll be seeing a lot of that, in the next coming months, that team. On Friday Night Fights, you'll see them on Just Your Average Fighter, which is another kind of series I'm doing. It's just, me playing fighting games or whatever. So yeah, man, just be looking out for those things, guys. Those are things that are coming on the channel. I said it before, I'll say it again. Just if you haven't subscribed to the channel and you're a listener on this podcast, I advise you guys to go ahead and subscribe to Studio McGyver TV. You'll be getting a lot of personable content from your boy. And like I said, soon this year, the Discord will finally be realized, sooner than later. And also I will have, I plan on having a Patreon up too as well. So, yeah, man, just be looking forward to that. And let's move on to, the games. I've talked long enough about this other shit, but let's talk about the games that are coming in this first quarter, man. And there's some doozies, especially April. But starting January, I mean, there's only one for me, and that's Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. And that's coming out in a week, baby. Okay. January 17th, 2020. All right. Next is Street Fighter Champion Edition, which technically is, Valentine's Day, but you can get it now technically. If you can you can get it now technically. So yeah, I'm about to push play on that like really, really soon. So next on the list is it's an Xbox and PC game, Ori and the Will of the Wisp. I haven't played the first one. It is on Xbox Game Pass. I don't know if this one's going to be Xbox Game Pass. I'm assuming it is, because usually exclusives, they tend to release those if you have the Game Pass. So definitely looking forward to playing that series. I'll play the first one before I play the second one, but the game looks breathtaking. The game looks beautiful. The first one does. And even this one, looking at the videos and stuff of it. So looking forward to playing that. And that comes out actually earlier, before Valentine's Day, a few days before. That comes out on the 11th. So February 11th, 2020, man, you get that. Also, the Yakuza series, guys, the Yakuza Remastered Collection, that's coming out on the 11th as well. And that is a PS4 exclusive, man. Yes, just PS4. The next one, this is a Valentine's Day release too, man. This is one that I don't know a lot about. I just know a little bit about, but this is one that's really piqued my interest, guys. Because the listeners who've been down with me, you know, from for a while at least, they know how, you know, creative of a person that I am or can be. You know, I do my own music. All the music you listen to here on the podcast, the intros and all of that, that's all music that I've done. When you do watch my YouTube videos, you'll also see or listen to music that is running in the background, or just period in general. It's all original music. I don't use anybody else's music on my channel. Everything is done from scratch and beats that I made personally. So thumbnails, all of these things, intros to the videos, all my intro videos and all that have been done by me. I'm just a very creative person. Have always been that way. And this game, Dreams, is a PlayStation exclusive, another PS4 exclusive. Get used to it. You'll be hearing a few times before the podcast is over with these other games. But just imagine getting a dev kit and being able to just do what the fuck you want. Being able to just kind of make your own video game. It's almost like a video game maker. That's the only thing I could, you know, associate it with. That's the closest thing I you know, could call it. Basically, it's a game where it's going to allow you to create your own fucking game from scratch, essentially. And the I guess the preview, you know, kind of opened my eyes, because I mean, there was all kind of genres that was shown. I mean, there were racers, there were fighting games, there were RPGs. I mean, the shit was limitless, it seemed. And I'm really excited. They even showed a clip of people putting in, like, putting their own music, you know, in these games. You know what I mean? I saw sound waves. It's and then you can upload your creations and let other people download them and play them, which is crazy as well. And they say that they're going to be supporting this game for years to come. So they're going to be adding things. They're going to be doing this and that. You know, it's one of those games that if you're a creative person like myself, man, you almost have to buy this. You know what I mean? And this is one that I think I'm going to have to pick up, because if you're telling me that I can create, you know, my own shit, then I mean, it's going to be amazing. Because think about think of the scale of a game like this, what this game could possibly could do for the future of, you know, just people who want to create. I mean, this could open so many doors. Fuck that. I believe that it will open a shitload of doors, man. I believe that I truly believe that there's going to be something that somebody's going to create on this and put it out there, and it's going to raise the eyebrows of so many people. It's going to be so good that it can't be ignored. You know what I mean? And I just see great things happening with this game. I really do. I don't even know if I should call it a game. I should just call it, you know, a game creator's kit. You know what I mean? Or I don't even know what to fucking call it. And I don't even know. I'm just dumbfounded by this game. I need to look more into it, but what I'm seeing right now, man, is looking pretty fucking interesting. And I'll definitely keep you guys posted on that as I learn more about this game and what it's about. But yeah, that one is definitely one you creative people out there should definitely keep your eye on, for sure. But that game drops on Valentine's Day. So yeah, maybe a Valentine's Day gift for your boy. I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully we'll see. Anyway, moving on to the next one, man. Bayonetta and Vanquish 10th anniversary bundle. And that comes out on the 18th, February 18th. Now, Bayonetta and Vanquish, if you guys don't know, are games of, you know, past games, earlier games. I'm sure a lot of you guys know about Bayonetta, but I'm sure a few of you guys may be wondering what the fuck Vanquish is. Vanquish is another action game by Platinum Games, which is one of my favorite game dev companies, one of my top 5. I just love them. They're responsible for so many games. You know, I mean, shit, they've done Vanquish, Bayonetta, two games mentioned here. They have done Astral Chain, which is one of my favorite games on the Nintendo Switch. They're known for a lot of shit out here in these video game streets, man. They are. Mad World, which is another one of my favorite games on the Nintendo Wii. They just do gangster shit when it comes to video games. And they got an anniversary coming out. I think it's going to be, I want to say $30. And you get both of these games, which is not a bad deal. It's also available for Xbox and, PS4. So they're not pulling any punches on that. So everybody should be able to enjoy that. Yeah, man, that one's slated for the 18th. Be looking out for that. Next game I want to bring up is X-Men. I'm sorry, not X-Men. What the fuck am I talking about? I think I'm getting sleepy. Mega Man Zero /ZX Legacy Collection. Now, I was a fucking fiend for Mega Man Zero. I love fucking Mega Man Zero back in the day, man. Couldn't get enough of that shit. And never got a chance to fuck with ZX. But, on the 25th, all bets are off. It's possible. And that's going to be available for all fucking platforms. Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, PS4, I think even PC. And that's coming out on the 25th. Yeah. February 25th, 2020. So all you Mega Man fans may eat your fucking heart out. If you don't have these, you might want to think about picking these up. All right. Last game for the month of February that intrigued me, that got me interested is One Punch Man. Yes. A Hero Nobody Knows. That comes out February 28th, the end of February. And you know what? I mean, I'm a sucker for anime games. I am. I have a few anime games in my collection. Naruto. What else do I fucking have? I mean, I just have a lot of anime games. My Hero Academia, One's Justice. What else am I holding here? Attack on Titan. I'm just a sucker, man. A shitload of Dragon Ball games. When it comes to anime games, man, I just, especially anime that I love, I have to see about it. And I'm interested about this One Punch Man game, and I'm probably going to end up picking it up. Probably not, day one, of course, but when it goes down to like $20-$30, so I'll definitely add it to the collection. I did the same thing with My Hero Academia. I did this same thing with Ninja Storm, the Ninja Storm series, all of that stuff, man. And I forgot how fucking, why I'm on this tangent, how fucking dope that the fucking, Ultimate Ninja Storm 4 was. I had got high the other night, maybe like a few days ago, smoked me a little Indo. Okay. I partake in a little Indo from time to time. And, I was checking out going through my hard drive, for videos. Like I said, I was uploading videos and doing some stuff, and I was going through my hard drive, man, and I stumbled upon like a lot of these lost videos that I forgot about, all these Ninja Storm videos that I had. And I just forgot how awesome that game was, man. I was just watching some fights. I had Kakashi going up against, Obito, and just, some nostalgic type battles, man. And that game was so beautiful. It's a simple game, very simple game, fight wise, mechanic wise, but it was one of those games that was easy to play, hard to master type of games, man. And I've always appreciated that game, the Ninja Storm games. And there's a lot of Ninja Storm fans still out there. And it kind of made me want to start uploading some Ninja Storm shit, you know what I mean? And getting into some Ninja Storm stuff still. So I think I might do that, man, because I love Naruto, the series, man. You guys know this. And, Ninja Storm 4 is an excellent game. I hope we get another fucking, Naruto game. I hope, it doesn't necessarily have to be a Ninja Storm type of game. I would like to see what, Arc System Works would do with that license. You know what I mean? What could they do with the Naruto game? That would be awesome. But who knows, man? Nothing's off the table now. I mean, with technology and where we are now, I mean, who knows what the fuck we might see later. Anyway, back to the subject at hand. The One Punch Man game comes out on the 28th. Be looking forward to that, guys. I can't wait to see, how that game pans out. Now we're going on to fucking March. All right. The list is not as big, and it gets smaller and smaller as we get closer and closer to, April. But these games still are, in my opinion, definitely worth bringing up. A couple of games, actually, there's one of them on here that I still hadn't had a chance to play, but I might go ahead and get this one. I mean, it makes more sense to buy this version of it. Anyway, let's start out with the first one. This game is, we're just talking about it. My Hero Academia. One's Justice. One's Justice 2. The second one, the second installment, guys. And that one is slated for the 13th. Yes, March 13th. So definitely be looking out for that one, all my Hero Academia fans. And they had a dope little community, man. Let me also say that their community was pretty fucking dope for the first game. There was a lot of people playing it. There still are, if you check the servers, there's still, a lot of people out there, having fun with that game. So definitely looking forward to seeing what the second one has to offer. The other game next on this list that comes out on the same fucking day is Neo 2. And that comes out on the 13th as well. Now, if you're not familiar with Neo, the series as a whole, it's definitely for those Dark Soul enthusiasts out there. If you're into those games, the games that are very, very punishing, that will test your will and test your statistical fortitude, all of that shit, then you you come to the fucking right place, because this game is going to give you that in spades. The first Neo was free a couple months ago. I had a chance to add it to my list. I just hadn't had a chance to play it again. I played the demo of it, and it was fucking ridiculous as far as, how hard it was. So the second one is a little bit different, as far as, how you start the game, because you're allowed to actually create your own character, and you're allowed to play with 3 people, in this game, whether it be 3, NPCs, well, actually 2, and you make 3, or, 2 other people, online, which I think is dope. I'm wondering how that's going to transpire. Looking forward to seeing what that's going to be about. I might have to pick that one up. May have to do that, but we'll see, man. The next game on the list is going to be Doom Eternal. I know there's a lot of people out there who love the first Doom game that came out, and now this one is coming out, and that's coming out on March the 20th. So definitely be looking out for that Doom Eternal. There's going to be a lot of people talking about this one, wondering what they're going to give it. They say it looked not a lot better, but they said it's definitely a step up from the last one. And that's saying a lot, because the first one was pretty fucking dope from what I hear. I personally didn't get a chance to play it, but it is available, I think, on Game Pass. So I might give it a whirl. Next up is a game that a lot of anime fans are definitely looking forward to playing, I'm quite sure. And it's One Piece. Yes, Pirate Warrior 4. I think that's the name of it. Yes. And it comes out on March 27th, 2020. Never been a fan of One Piece, guys. Never got into it. Tried it. Watched maybe 4 or 5 episodes of it, back in, maybe last year sometime. Didn't really do it for me. It just didn't grab me. And I have to be grabbed, within a certain amount of episodes, or I'm just not going to gravitate to it, man. And it's long as shit. You know what I mean? Longer than fucking Naruto. And I binge watched that in about 5 weeks, 720 episodes, man. It just wasn't for me. But I know there's a lot of One Piece people out there. One Piece is a very huge franchise here and in overseas, especially. And, I think they're partially to blame for what's going on with Dragon Ball Super, because they're focused on they're focused on this property right now really, really hard. And I don't know if I'm wrong for blaming One Piece because we don't have any new Dragon Ball news right now because of their focus on that. But that's all I can tell you about it. I don't know anything about the game. I just know the release date, and some of you guys are probably really looking forward to this game. And if you do, hey, man, more power to you. I'm not going to hate on any anime out there. I try not to do that because, one man's trash is definitely another man's treasure. And last but not least on that list of March, guys, we have Persona 5 Royale. And that drops the last fucking day of March fucking 31st. And it's a PS4 exclusive. And I keep seeing these PS4s, these PS4 exclusives, man. I mean, what the fuck? I mean, that's why I love Sony. Okay. All these games that, if you don't have a Sony, you're not going to get a chance to experience. And a lot of people have been telling me about Persona, been talking about Persona 5 and say how it's so good. And they tell me, man, you would love this game, man, because it's so anime and you would just love that shit. And I probably would, man. because they say that half the fun of the game is not even in the back going into battles, it's doing the other shit that you're not fighting. And you know, in that world, you know, in the anime world. So I definitely want to give this game a whirl. I thought about picking it up, but then this was announced, so I'm wondering, should I wait till this comes out? I need to check the price point on that, because it's technically a DLC from what I'm hearing. It's a DLC, some added stuff, some new characters or whatnot. And I'm wondering, you know, what route I should take, because I'm sure I could probably get Persona 5 for the fucking dirt right now if I played my cards right. I know there's been a number of sales. There might even be a sale right now as we speak. But I definitely want to check that out and see, you know, about checking the Persona 5 out, because I definitely am curious about that game and I definitely want to play it. A lot of people sing major praises about that game. I remember when the game first, you know, around the time it was announced, it was coming out, people were going crazy over this game. I mean, there was a lot of people tripping over this game. So I'll see. I'll definitely put that on my bucket list and add it to the collection, because I've heard too much about it to ignore it. But that game is definitely dropping. I guess the DLC, you want to call it that, but Persona 5 Royale is dropping on the last day of March. Now, on to April, the last month of the first quarter. And this first game here, I mean, it came so fucking quick. It seemed like only yesterday they just put out the one before it. And I'm talking about Resident Evil 3, the remake. And that's coming out April the 3rd, 2020. Yes. It just seemed like yesterday when Resident Evil 2 dropped, the remake. And, you know, like I said, we're talking about Capcom, back to Capcom, you know, excuse me, they dropped another one. They're dropping another one. So, I mean, that's fire. Straight gems was what they're dropping. The other one looked so good. It was just an excellent production. Everything about it was dope. And I'm sure that this one is going to do the same. So looking forward to this game. Of course, it's not the number one game on the list, but oh man, it is a doozy. So be looking out for that Resident Evil 3 remake, guys, you know, in the first week of April. But here's a surprise one. That's coming out on the 24th of April. And this is Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 4 for the Nintendo Switch. Yes. So all my Nintendo Switch people out there who, you know, basically have a Nintendo as their primary system and that's their main system, then, you know, and they're Naruto fans, or even if you're not a Naruto fan, you need to check this one out, man. This one is definitely a must play. Now the thing with Nintendo, you know, like I said, it's probably going to be full price. I could be wrong on that. I didn't get the price point on that. Hopefully it's not, but it probably will be. Just play this game. Give it a chance, man. I forgot the actual name of it, but I got all the Ninja Storm games in one. They had, you know, all of them. And, you know, I enjoyed the fuck out of it. But I just, Nintendo Switch, man, they surprise me at every turn. They are. I mean, they keep dropping shit. It may come later, it may be coming late, but they're making that library nice and fat. They really are. They're definitely keeping the consumer, you know, number one, as far as making it seem as if, you know, what they know that a lot of their players only play the Nintendo Switch. So they're trying to give them as much as they can possibly give them. And I think that's dope. But anyway, the last game on this list, the fucking creme de la creme, and it pretty much trumps all of these fucking games, guys, for me, with the exception of two other games for the whole fucking year, if you want to keep it real. We're talking about CD Projekt Red's Cyberpunk 2077, and that's coming out April 16th, 2020, man. This game right here, this fucking game. If you don't know, if you've been hiding under a fucking rock, I mean, everybody's been playing the fuck out of The Witcher 3 as of late. Hence, you know, The Witcher 3. Well, just The Witcher on Netflix coming out and just giving everybody this extra kick in the butt. You know, and now a lot of people for the first time are getting, you know, able to experience the love and the fucking blood, sweat, and tears that went into that game and the production value in that fucking game. And I hope it gets you excited for the next project, which is dropping very, very soon, which is this Cyberpunk 2077, because these guys are one of the best, the creme de la creme out here as far as video game development is concerned, in my opinion. These guys are fucking rock solid. They're up there with Rockstar. They're up there with, you know, Platinum Games. They're up there with these fucking companies, man, in my opinion. And I just cannot fucking wait to see what these guys have put together, man. I'm ready. I'm gearing up for a 250 hour experience. You know, I hung like 80 hours on The Witcher and didn't even put a dent in the game. Okay. Walked away from it and have to go back to it. The game is that massive and didn't even get into none of the DLC. This is just straight base game shit. So yeah, man, a lot to be discovered, a lot to be, you know, desired with this game. And I'm not how can I say this? I'm not a first person type of player. You know, I don't play a lot of first person games, you know. There's some that I will fuck with, you know, but they gotta be fucking, they gotta be the best of the best. I'm talking about BioShock. I'm talking about, you know, games like that, you know, the Far Cry series. And, you know, this one is going to be a first person game. And this is one I'm, you know, cannot fucking wait to play. And I can't believe I'm saying that. You know, for a first person game, usually I play them, but they're not really at the top of my list at all the times. You know, like I said, there's some exceptions to that rule, but this game here, guys, is going to be a fucking doozy. I'm telling you right now. And this is probably going to be the game of the year. It's going to be between this, The Last of Us 2, and Ghost of Tsushima. It's going to be between those three games. One of those three are going to take it. Just mark my fucking. I mean, 2020 is going to be the best year, in my opinion, on video games because it's the tail end of, you know, the life cycle, you know, before the new PlayStation 5 drops and all of that. So they're cooking out all of these goodies, man. And we're getting blessed in 2020, guys. I'm telling you. And the first one is going to be that Cyberpunk. And what's so crazy and what's so ironic about this whole thing is the next month is when we get, you know, The Last of Us 2 in May, which is crazy. But technically, I just say June because it's the fucking last day of May. I hate that. I hate that they did that. Just say fucking June 1st. You know what I mean? The last fucking day of May. It really pisses me off. But anyway, we got a lot of good games coming, guys. That's the list right now in the first quarter. And that's a lot of shit, man. I mean, that is a lot of shit. Like I said, that's Cyberpunk 2077. Ooh, get ready, guys. Get fucking ready. Oh, the content on that fucking game. I mean, games like that, one game, I mean, you could eat off of that game and do content on that game all year. That's just my opinion on it. I mean, I really, really I truly believe that. And you're going to be seeing a lot of content from your boy, man. Not just with that, but with a lot of shit, but definitely look forward to, Cyberpunk 2077 footage coming and and so much more, so many more videos, so much more content. And I cannot wait to give that to you guys. And I'm having a ball right now. I've uploaded so much shit. I mean, I've got stuff already uploaded for March. I've already got videos slated for March already. So, you know, you guys are getting the inside scoop on what's going on. But yeah, there's a lot of fucking, there's going to be a nice sizable amount of Shinobi Striker stuff in there. There's going to be a lot of Street Fighter, like I said before, you know, Soul Calibur 6, Dragon Ball Fighters, and then, you know, some other stuff in between. A game that I'm really appreciating real quick before I get ready to get out of here is, I really enjoy the Sniper Elite series, guys. I have Sniper Elite 3 and I've been playing Sniper Elite, the fourth one on the Xbox, man. And it's fucking, I love them. I love those games. I do. My son loves those games. That's probably his favorite series, man. You know, no cap, right now. So he's digging that shit. And, you know, I am too. So, let's get to some anime. Let's get to the anime real quick that I watched. And I'll get my ass up out of here real quick. I played a little bit of Dauntless real quick and, you know, I played it with a friend and it just, I don't know, man. It just didn't do it for me, man. You know, it was one of those games that it was okay, I guess, but it didn't grab me like I thought it might, but I had to experience it. You know, I was curious and, you know, I guess it served its purpose because he never talked about it again. And I never did either. We played it together for the first time and it was okay. It was just basic, so basic. It's really a basic type of game. But some people like it, you know, and more power to you if you do. I'll have a video on that coming out sometime soon, I guess, in the near future of you know, that experience, you know, so be looking out for that. But it wasn't special to me, in my opinion, guys. So I probably won't be going back to that game. And then the anime that I watched over this past week was an anime, it goes by the name of Cop Craft. It was definitely recommended to me, and I checked it out, and didn't even know it came out in 2019. There's 12 episodes to it, and yeah, it was pretty fucking good. I will admit, it was a nice little series, man, and it was all dubbed, so you guys can check it out. Who was Hulu? I think was it Hulu that I watched? I think it's Hulu. Yeah, I want to say it was Hulu. Checked it out on Hulu, and yeah, it's all good. The only thing is, man, there's something strange about this. For some strange reason, every episode they play it like back to back. They play it 3 times in a row for some reason, because you can almost get fooled if you don't pay attention. Because if you're watching it, you're like, wait a minute, each episode is an hour and a half, but it's technically not. It's technically 3 of the same show before you move on to the next one. So if you just let it, play on its own, and don't push any buttons, it'll literally play 3 of the same episode before it moves on to the fucking 4th, or the second episode, or 3rd, so on and so forth. That's what'll happen, which is crazy. But yeah, that's what happened. I don't know if that's a production issue with Hulu or something. Maybe they fixed that with the update or something. I don't know, but just letting you guys know ahead of time, if you do decide to watch it and you're wondering if it's you or not, it's not you. Okay, it's not. So with that being said, guys, that's going to do it for the show. I'm getting ready to get my ass up out of here. What the hell is going on? Yeah, my computer is tripping right now. It's acting like it wants to stop working. So I'm going to stop this recording, and hopefully I can save this podcast. But with that being said, guys, if you want to reach out to your boy, you can do that on social media, on Twitter at StudioMguyvR, on Instagram at StudioMguyvR79. And we can talk about it, baby. We can get into some shit. I'd love to pick your brain on anime, video games, all of those things, man. Definitely also check out Beautiful Nerds if you into merch, if you're into nerd culture, hats, beanies, hoodies, backpacks, all those things. That's www.beautifulnerds.com. Nerds is spelled Nurdz. Check that out, guys. You'll be doing me a great service if you do, and you'll be showing your support. With that being said, I'm going to get up out of here, guys. It's been a long night. I'm tired. My computer's tired. And I will catch you guys on YouTube, or I'll catch you guys on another podcast next week. With that being said, this is Studio McGyver. You have been listening to Studio McGyver's Dragon Ball and Video Game Podcast. See you next time.